So we're going to move on to our last film we're looking at today, and that is a film called The Peasants. Andy, can you introduce that?
Yeah, sure. A few years ago, a beautiful animated film came out called Loving Vincent, which took the paintings of Vincent van Gogh and brought them to life in a unique animated style. They're back. The people who made that film are back with a film set in a rural Polish village in the last century. Here's a clip.
Ożenić się trzeba.
Przestaję w ogóle. Nie mogę.
Weź, Janusz.
Takiego męża dostaniesz, taką gospodarkę.
So those of you watching,
Kathy.
yeah, you get a real good idea of the visual style of the film. This film is 2 hours long, and for me, it outstayed its welcome. It is a story of rivalry, jealousy, gossip, hatred in a small Polish village in a very rural community. If it had been about an hour and a half and a bit tighter in the script because it drags, I think this would have been an excellent movie. It looks amazing. Stylistically, it's just, like Loving Vincent, it's just a beautiful film to look at. But the story drags. It takes too long to tell what is a simple story, basically of a young girl bringing shame on a village. It's got a Game of Thrones style ending, which actually did take me by surprise. It was kind of worth waiting for in a way because it was so unexpected. But the story itself of this girl in this village and the rivalry and who owns what field and who owns this bit of land and who owns that tree and who owns the other tree and so on and so forth, it just dragged. It should have been a lot tighter. I think that they had this great idea. Let's make this highly stylized, beautiful film to look at, and we'll just keep it going because people are going to enjoy looking at it. But story is everything, as we know, and the story for me dragged, even though it's a great film to look at. It's not as good as Loving Vincent. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Loving Vincent, but I thought Loving Vincent was absolutely fantastic. This is the same producers, but it's too long for the story that it tells. It
struck me as quite odd that it looks like it was just filmed as a live action film and then put through one of those animation filters that you have on TikTok to say turn this into an animation.
Yeah, it's paintings brought to life. They painted these things and then they brought them to life. Apparently,
did they? Okay.
So that's what I read, but I mean, it could be. I just thought, as I say, it was nice to look at, but it was too long, and I got bored.
Okay.
Because the story is over before the film is.
Yeah,
you know, like some of my sermons.
I mean, it's a little bit odd because it does look a little bit like an animated kind of filter put on a live action thing, and you think, well, if you could do that, why do that rather than paint the pictures?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it looks like. I saw it on my laptop. I didn't see it on the big screen. I was quite glad in a way because I think I would have got bored and frustrated in the cinema. Just sat there, you know. At least I could pause it and go make a cup of coffee and come back, and they're still dancing. You know, the barn dance is still going on for 15 minutes in the middle of the film. This kind of thing. But I thought that good effort.
Okay,
but,
score out of 10.
Well, you want to. This is difficult, isn't it? Because you want to give them credit for what they've achieved visually. But I think, as I say, for me, story is everything, and I'm giving it a 6.
6 out of 10. So that's yet another marginal. Well, that's not marginal, but a miss for The Peasants. Yeah.